Who's hosting this show? Hi, this is Amy Lewis.
Or makeup.
This is Engineers Unplugged. Hi, this is Amy Lewis, and you're back with Engineers Unplugged. We're here with Richard and Floris, and we're going to be talking about big data. So Floris, take it away.
Hello all, so let's have a big dive into the big data water. So everything starts with a data lake, in fact. And like any lake, it can be small, usually it starts small, but then there is more and more water and little river and even big river filling up your data lake. And that's the situation as of today. More and more data is filling up. People are gathering information more in the internet of everything, in fact. And this has a huge impact on your infrastructure. I mean, data warehouse time is finished. I mean, that's the time of big data. And one of the key challenges is that when this lake go bigger and bigger, then you start to talk about a sea and you end up with an ocean. And to manage an ocean of data, I mean, that's a different challenge. And by the way, people started with Hadoop, open software, but you realize that when you go on an ocean size of information, all that flowing together, if you want to get the insight, you definitively need more than a pure open source things. You need a lot of services around, but I suspect that Intel has some solution around that.
Absolutely. So what we're doing at Intel is we are taking the Apache open source project, we are enhancing it and passing the enhancements back to the community, especially around performance, security, and manageability. So what we want to do is take your data sea, your data ocean, and make it easy to process, or if you would like, make it easy to find the fish in the ocean, find the value that you're getting out of this, to make your life simpler and easier and more performant. It's a very important thing, it's where we're heading, and we want to make sure that Intel is there with Cisco as a partner, making this a good journey that you and your business can go on.
And by the way, if you want to have all those big fish that are the inside, in fact, of your ocean of information, in fact, you really need to have the right structure, the right programming capabilities, and the network sustaining and the hardware. So in a short word, to have the right boat to catch the right fish, the one that is isolated far inside of your amount of data, you need the right server, you need the right networks. By the way, there was a couple of tests, and we saw that applying QoS, working on the latency can largely improve the performance. And at the top of that, you need the right software to get benefit of all this networking benefit and all the server capabilities. But I think Intel has a couple of studies on that. That was a nice experience, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely. So what we did is we ran a series of benchmarks on a terabyte of data to sort a terabyte of data. And using previous generation Xeon and traditional hard drive spindles and 1 gigabit networking with Apache Hadoop took about 4 hours to sort through this terabyte of data. And then we started asking ourselves, what can we do to make this better? How could we improve the time to run this batch job? So then we said, well, let's put current generation Xeon in. And that was about a 50% improvement in performance. And then we said, well, what else can we do with this? So let's try putting SSDs in place. So let's get rid of the I/O bottleneck. And that gave us an 80% improvement on top of the Xeon performance. And then we said, what else can we do? So we looked at our friends at Cisco and said, 10 gigabit networking, that's what we can do. That then enhanced it by another 50%, 10G. Yeah, so we're now down into very small numbers. And then we said, well, actually, let's look at Apache Hadoop and see what we can do to optimize that. That's where Intel Hadoop came out of, our Intel distribution. So we took that load again and we reduced it approximately by 50 to 60%. So we've gone from 4 hours to 4 minutes to do a terabyte sort of data, just by improving the infrastructure, getting rid of the bottlenecks, and running optimized Intel Hadoop software with your workloads.
So I would say, in a conclusion, if you really want to be efficient and gather all the information, first you need to put all the data, do not hesitate to jump in that lake, and it will get bigger. I mean, that's something everyone is adopting right now, and you should do it, and you will get all the benefits of the insight. You need to think both at the network, sizing and utilization. You need to think about the server to be sure that they scale and follow your requirements. And at the top, you put the right software to get the right result. And in the end, you will get the jewel fish, and basically it's not always a fish that you can get.
Indeed. Oh, just be careful of the octopuses. And occasionally you'll find some unicorns in there as well. So, is that a manatee? No.
And that's, well, could we say it's a unicorn of water? Could we say that, like a seahorse one? But I think that's the end result that you will get. You will really get some nice insight thanks to big data.
Okay, once more, don't invite smart people to your show or they will outsmart you. So great discussion on big data. I appreciate y'all coming. And I think that's our very first seahorse. So I'm going to step back. And they have met the Unicorn Challenge. So thank you, Richard. And thank you, Floris. And we'll see you next time on Engineers Unplugged.